Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney and I've been a part-time reseller since 2018. And today we are going to do a yard sale haul. I don't typically go to yard sales, or at least not a lot of them. I do most of my sourcing from thrift stores, buy-sell trades, and consignment stores. But I do occasionally peruse I think it's called the Yard Sale Treasure Map app. I'll put a picture of what the app looks like on the screen. Saw that there was a community yard sale in a town called Woodstock, which is about, I'd say like 20 or 30 minutes northwest of me. And then I also saw that there was one in Brookhaven, which is a little bit south, either southeast or southwest. It's almost directly south from me. And Brookhaven is known for having wealth. Like, it's a higher end area. There's nice homes, like multi-million dollar homes, things like that. So I thought that one would be worth checking out. So we ended up going to the Woodstock one first, and we got a few things. We probably went to, it's hard to guess because it was honestly, my husband went with me and we spent 8.5, 9 hours yard sailing. I mean, we were there at 7:45 when the first one opened. And I think we ended up heading home around like 4 o'clock. So whatever that math is, somewhere around 8 hours. So we went to Woodstock first, and we probably hit up, I'd say, I don't know, like 12 to 15 sales in that first neighborhood sale. And it started out slow. I was honestly a little bit discouraged, but we ended up with a pretty big yard sale haul. So I went through and I comped everything ahead of time. So I've got all my numbers written down here. I can tell you that total all day, I spent $196 on inventory. And I'll tell you guys at the end what I think I'll be able to flip that into. And I did it kind of like on a scale. So I didn't just look at the first few comps. I looked through, like 10, 20, 30 comps, and I found like the average lowest and the average highest. So I'll tell you guys, like, worst case scenario, what I think I can sell it for, as well as best case scenario if it sells full price at the higher end of that like median range. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. I think the first maybe like 5 sales, I found nothing. I separated them all into bags because it was all thrown in my trunk. So I separated them by stop so I could go through and tell you guys what I found at each one. So up first, we found, at this point I was feeling a little bit discouraged because I'd been to like 5 or 6 sales already and hadn't found anything. So finally finding brands that were worth reselling, made me excited. They weren't the best prices and they weren't the best brands, but they will sell. I just got 3 pieces at this first stop. Up first is this standard James purse. It's like a dark gray sweater. Just got a little fuzzy on it. So it's a V-neck, long sleeve, and this one was $3. Oh, no flaws. I did check these over really, really well. So the first standard James purse sweater, I paid $3. Comps range from lower end $30 up to around $40 on the higher end. All right, up next wasn't the best piece. I thought it was going to be great when I picked it up, but I didn't comp it. I always tell you guys you should comp, and then I don't do it. If I would listen to my own advice, it'd save me a lot of trouble. But I ended up finding the Denim & Supply Ralph Lauren brand. And I think I've told you guys before, this is one of their lines that was really popular, but they actually discontinued it. So anybody that loved the brand has to go to the resale market to find it. So I found this graphic tee, and graphic tees typically, like even no-name graphic tees, sell between like $18 and $25 for me. So I thought the fact that this was, a well sought out brand and it was a graphic tee, it should do great. So I paid up to $5, and $5 isn't paying up like when you think about thrift store prices, but at garage sales, like $5's pretty high. I ended up paying $5 for this, and when I ran comps, I was bummed to see that it ranges all the way down to like around $10 up to $20. So that is not gonna make me any millions or anything, but I have it now, so I'll list it. And hopefully because it's a graphic tee, it'll move quickly. And then lastly, at the first stop, I found one of my favorite brands to sell, Bryn Walker. This is, I've told you guys before, one of my favorite like artsy lag and look brands. And this, let me see if I can button it. And this piece is a jacket. So it's got that one button up at the neckline, and it is ribbed. It's oversized. It's an open front and the color red. And I paid $4 for this piece, and this should bring anywhere on the lower end, $25 all the way up to $45. At stop number 1, I paid $12, and I should be able to flip that into somewhere between $65 and $100, which is not bad. The second stop that I found items at, they had great prices. The things were from like $1 to $4, and they had some good brands too. So the first thing that I picked up, I found them right when we walked up, was a pair of Patricia Nash like leather slip-on loafers, like tassel. Is that a what do they call this? It's not a penny loafer. Anyways, it's some kind of tassel loafer. It has a name. And these were in great condition. The only wear that I found were on the toes right there. But honestly, like when you're looking at them straight on, you can't even see it. So I thought that was fine. And they only wanted $3 for these. So when I ran comps, it looks like I should be able to make anywhere from $30 to $50 on these. And I don't know if I've been telling you guys sizes. We'll start here. These are a size 8. Well, up next at this sale, I found a few Anthropologie pieces. I actually found this brand a handful of times today on this day. So this one is Meadow Rue, which is sold at Anthropologie. This sweater is a size medium, and I paid $2 for it. And it's just a waffle neck, cowl neck sweater. It's kind of oversized, flowy. I thought this would be perfect going into fall. It's got like a very slight bell sleeve. Not super pronounced, but it's got a slight flare to it. So what did I say? I paid $2 for that, and it should bring between $20 to $30 according to comps. And I got the same exact sweater in an orange, like a rust orange color, but it is a different size. This one was a, bless me. This one was a size small, and same thing, literally exact same style. It's just in a rust orange color. And this one, let's see, was the same. Comps were between $20 and $30. All right, this is the first piece I found after I found the shoes. And I don't pick this brand up a lot, but for $2, I figured I'd give it a shot. And the brand is Cabby. And I wasn't really sure what this was when I bought it. At first, I thought it was a dress, but then if you open these like flaps up, this is way too short to be a dress. So it's more of like a tunic length. And after I did some research, it's actually like a multi-purpose, like multi-style, I don't know, it had a name where you could wear it multiple ways. Jeez, bless me. So this piece you could wear multiple ways. I'll put the stock photo on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. It's kind of hard to see hanging up. I'm allergic to something in here. Jeez Louise. So for the Cabby tunic top, I paid $2, and I should get between $20 and $30. Next up is one of my favorite brands. You guys know, Clara Sunwoo. I paid $1 for this, and this is that same style that I just recently hauled for you guys. I think it was red though, and I've sold this a handful of times, and this recent comps said I should bring in $25 to $35 for that. For $1, that's great. I'll take that any day. And then probably my best find at this location was this houndstooth men's blazer. It is in a bigger size. I want to say it's like a 50 long is what the tag said, but it's in perfect condition. It doesn't even feel like it's been worn or washed. And the brand is Brooks Brothers. So when I was comping this one, it looks like I should get anywhere between $50 and $100, and I only paid $3. That was a great find. I don't know if that one will move quickly, but I'm willing to sit on that for a little while to make, you know, a $50 to $100 profit. That's it for stop number 2. I paid $13, and I think I can make anywhere from lower end $165 up to higher end $275. So that was not bad at all. Stop number 3 was kind of picked over. They didn't have a ton. They had one tiny card table full of folded up clothes, and most of the brands weren't great. But like I said, my husband was with me, and he was digging just to pass the time while I was looking, and he ended up finding this vintage Dale Earnhardt Goodwrench like racing shirt. It's a button up, and we looked up comps when we were at lunch because we were curious. It's got the NASCAR hit on the sleeve. Look at me sounding like a vintage seller hit. I don't know who I think I am. So it's got a back hit as well. So we did look this one up, and it looks like that one should bring around $30 to $50. Probably would do better on eBay, so maybe that's one that I will get up on eBay. So stop number 4 was one of the better stops. It looked to be like 2 or 3 women from the neighborhood that all just took their stuff over to one of the ladies' houses and put it all out there, because when we went to check out, like, I paid for certain pieces with the one lady and certain pieces with another, but they had a great selection. At this point, we were running kind of low on the cash that we took out for the yard sales, and they didn't accept Venmo. So there were actually like a handful of pieces that I would have purchased if we had more cash with us, or if they took Venmo, but I did, you know, hand select the nicer ones, and I did pay up for a few items in this haul, but I ended up spending for this stop $62, and there were 3 pieces that I paid $15 for that I'll share with you in a second, and then everything else we paid $4.25 for. So the first piece I am stoked about, not stoked about the size, but it is a J. Crew new with tags, extra, extra small. It's one of those long line cardigans that I told you guys about that I've sold a few times, and this should sell it's like somewhere around $70. Let's see, it says anywhere between 50 and 125. There were several that had sold over 100. You know, if I'm feeling generous one day and somebody sends me an offer for 70 or 80, I'm gonna take it. I did pay $15 for that one. Then the next piece that I got from this place is a like deep purple 100% leather blank NYC jacket. And this one is a size small. It does still have the Nordstrom tag on it, and it says it retailed for $188. The color is Morning After. And when I ran comps for this one had a wide range. It was anywhere from $50 to $100, which I paid $15 for it, so I'd be happy with 50 and I'd be really happy with 100. So anywhere in between would be fine as well. They had a lot of Abercrombie and Fitch and a lot of new with tags. So there were a few pieces that I picked up new with tags. This one is a size small. I guess that's a small petite, but it is a midi skirt. So I think it'd be fine on somebody that doesn't wear petite as well. This one was new with tags. It retailed for $69, and it is this really pretty floral wrap midi skirt. It's got that high crossover slit. It's like a faux wrap, and it's got a side zipper. And this was comping for $20 to $30, and I paid $4.25. So not bad. This was probably the smallest flip that I got. I don't pick this brand up a lot anymore. I used to pick it up quite a bit, but the brand is Lou and Gray, and it's an extra small. And I picked this up because it is very oversized. So honestly, I think it's like a poncho almost. I think this would fit up to like a size medium or large. It also has these side slits. Anyways, picked this up. I paid $4.25 for it, and it's comping between $15 and $25. Up next was another new with tags Abercrombie. This is their soft A&F collection, size small. This one retailed for $59, and it's probably gonna be hard to see, but it's like a blue and green plaid. I mean, they're not lying. It is soft AF, but it's just a basic, you know, a really good classic for fall and winter time. I think that one came in around, yeah, $15 to $30. Not a huge flip there. This one I wasn't able to find a ton out about, but I was just doing quick comps, so I'll do a little bit more research before I list it. But this is another Abercrombie and Fitch, size small, new with tags. It comes with a matching scrunchie, which I thought was precious. This one retailed for $60, and it's this like black and white window pane mini dress. It's got a little slit at the bottom, little side ties. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty basic, simple. When I was looking up similar, it looked like they were comping between $25 and $45, and I paid $4.25. And probably my best find from this pickup was this pre-owned Abercrombie and Fitch, size extra small. What is it? The A&F dad coat. And it is this pea coat. It's in perfect condition. I don't think they wore this much. There's no pilling, no holes, no stains, no nothing. It's got pockets. And this one was actually comping for anywhere between $60 and $120, and I paid $15. So I think that's a great return. It's got that opening in the back. That wraps up stop 4, and I spent total of $62, and I think I can make anywhere between $235 and $475 from that haul, which that is great. I am happy with that for sure. All right, so that was the last stop at the Woodstock community sale. So at that point we went and we got lunch, and then we headed down to Brookhaven. It was like 1 o'clock when we got to Brookhaven, and I think the sale said it ended at 3 or 4, so we didn't have a lot of time, and there were storm clouds rolling in, so people were starting to pack up. So I think we probably missed at least half of the people that were having sales earlier in the day, and in hindsight I would have flipped it and gone to the Brookhaven one first and gone to Woodstock second, but you know, it is what it is. I did end up still finding quite a bit at the Brookhaven sale. So the first place that I found items was a Small But Mighty haul. I did pay $28, and I almost didn't go up to the sale because from the street it almost looked like just kids clothing, and we don't have kids. So if it's all kids stuff, like there's no need for me to go up and shop, and I don't love selling kids items. I will if I like stumble across something that's a great brand that'll sell for like $15 to $30, but I don't like seek it out. But because so many sales had closed up and we weren't sure how many we were going to come across, I was like, let's just go look. So we went up there, and I was so glad we did. We found this pair of Birkenstocks, and I can't remember what they're called now, but I found the comp for them. I'll put it on the screen. They have a name. I want to say, is it Tatiana? Or did I make that up? I'm not sure. I'll put it on the screen. But I did find this pair of Birkenstocks. She had them listed at $10, and I asked her if she'd take 8, which she did. And I figured those are thrift store prices, and I would buy these at a thrift store. So that was worth it. And they actually have the size rubbed off. So that's a bummer. I wish I would have noticed that before, but they do fit me snugly. If they were a little bit bigger, I'd probably keep them, but I want to say they must be a size 8 because I'm like an 8.5, 9, and these like go from toe to heel on me. Like there's no wiggle room. So I think they're a little bit smaller than an 8.5. You know, they're a pretty good condition. They've got a few scuffs, like that yellow mark right there, but these should be easy to wipe down, and comps are showing between $15 and $30, and I paid 8, so, you know, not the best flip in the world. But the second item that I found there will make up for it. I saw the Birks. I was getting ready to Venmo her for them, and while I was waiting for it to load, I just glanced back over at the table again, and I realized that the pair of Sperry's that were on the table were on top of a shoebox, and I recognized the print immediately. And I'm sure if you have experience reselling, you would as well. And it was a box from Tory Burch. I opened it up, and I was like, maybe she just put this out here. You know, some people sell their boxes, etc. But to my surprise, it was a pair of Millers. These are stunning. They are not new. I think she wore them a handful of times. It does have like the dust bag and everything in there, tissue paper. They do have like the tiniest bit of wear on the bottoms. Like you can tell that she walked on them, but the uppers, like, I mean, almost no wear at all. I thought they were brand new when I bought them, but when I got them home, I realized she had walked on them a couple times. So I asked her how much she had these listed for, like expecting to be like $80 or $100, and she said $40. And I said, okay, thank you. And I set them back down. She said, prices are negotiable. And I was like, you know, I hate making offers, but I was like, you know, the best I could do is 20. And she was like, okay, that's fine. And I was like, shocked. I did not think that she would take it. So I bought them, and she seemed happy to be able to let them go, get them out of her house. So don't be afraid to make that lowball offer. As long as you do it in a way where it's not insulting, I think it's fine. So it worked out in my favor for this time. So the box does have some scuffing, but that does not affect the value at all. The fact that it has a box and a dust bag will increase the value. And these are the vegan leather Miller 2. And they have that gold Tory Burch logo on the top. It's a great find. So I paid $20 for those, and I should make like the lower end pairs without boxes and dust bags and things like that had some damage are selling around $70, and new pairs are selling around $150. So I should get somewhere between there. My guess is I'll probably get around $100 to $120 for those. So that was it at stop number 5, and I paid $28, and I should be able to flip that pretty quickly and easily into $85 to $180. And both of those are well-known brands, you know, good sellers, and they should sell pretty quickly. So looking forward to seeing how those do. Stop number 6 was my favorite sale, I think, out of them all. I found good stuff at all of them, but this one, you could tell they were ready to pack in. It was starting to sprinkle a little bit, and they just wanted what was left gone. So when we walked up, she said, everything on the porch is $2, and that was where all the clothing and shoes were. So I was like, done. She was super cute. I was like, this is gonna be good. I walked up to the porch and they started cleaning up, so I knew I didn't have a lot of time, so I just started sifting through, and as expected, she had some super cute stuff. All of the shoes and clothing, with the exception of one pair of shoes that I'll show you guys in a second, it was all $2. If I could go to, you know, 1 or 2 sales that had a whole rack of clothing for $2 a piece, like that's all I would ever have to source at, because I found so much. Up first, this isn't a brand I normally pick up. I know it costs a lot retail, but it's Saks Fifth Avenue. But this was just so stinking cute. I was like, I have to get that. I don't know if I'll be able to show this. Can you see that? Saks Fifth Avenue. So this is a 100% straw hat, but that cute little red and blue ribbon around it is kind of what sold it. Like, if this was just plain, I probably wouldn't have picked it up, but that ribbon sold me on it. So comps on this is actually looking pretty good. For $2, it's going for 15 to 25, and several have already sold. That should be great. I may not sell now that we're coming to an end, and for summer, it may not sell until, you know, next spring or summer, but it's easy to store, so I'm willing to hold on to it. The second piece from this haul is a men's leather pair of sneakers, and the brand is CV's. And I was familiar with this brand because I've sold it for a consignment client's husband before. And I remember they didn't sell for a ton, but they did sell well. So I paid $2 for these. And the comps, I think the first pair that I sold for my consignment client, I'll put the comp up here, but I think it was like $33 or $35 for that pair, and they were in much worse condition than these. They were a high top though, I think. And this specific pair, paid $2 for it, and I should be able to bring in between $30 and $60 for them. And these are a size 10.5. And if I didn't say it before, the Tory Burch Miller sandals, those are a 6.5. The only other pair of shoes that I got, these are the pair that I paid $5 for. And these are a Keds Kate Spade collab. Can you guys see that? And they are super cute. They've got the little Kate Spade on the back. They're super cute. They're slip-on sneakers. They got some like general scuffing, but they're almost like a satin finish. I was shocked that they were in such good condition. There's some like very minor scuffing, but overall they're in great shape. So these are a size 7.5, and it looks like I should be able to get somewhere between $30 and $50 for them. And that's the only pair out of this entire stop that I paid more than $2 for, and I paid $5. The owner, the wife of this home, she was really tiny. So even though this next piece is a kid's piece, I think she wore it. It's the J. Crew kids line called Crew Cuts, size 14. And this is just a really cute gingham midi dress. You know, size 14 in little girl sizing. So this is precious. Comps were, you know, okay. Paid $2, and I should make between $12 and $15, which is what I'd expect for a kid's piece from that brand. So there was lots of Zara at this stop, and I picked up a few of the pieces. Some of them were like less substantial, so I left those behind, but this one I would consider substantial. So it's the newer label Zara. This is an extra small, and it is a maxi skirt. And after doing some research, I found out that this was a blogger favorite, which is always what we're going for. And if you didn't see my earlier video, it was probably a month or two ago, blogger favorite is just a piece of clothing that influencers on social media love, and they all buy it and they all do styled photos for it. And when you go to look up comps, that's all you see. Instead of the stock photos, you see the styled photos. And there are so many followers of influencers and they want what the influencers are wearing. So blogger favorites will sell a lot better than just a regular old Zara item. So I am definitely going to put that in the title, and I'm going to include the blogger favorite photos. And this is just, I don't know if these are poppies or what, but it's super, super cute. It just feels like cotton. It's nothing special, but because it was picked up and it was a blogger favorite, it should do really well. Comps are showing on that one somewhere between like $30 and $40. And if it were not a blogger favorite, I'd say maybe like 18 to 25. This is a new to me brand. Because they were cleaning up, I was moving really quickly and I didn't stop to check comps. I think every other item I knew, like the brand, but this one I didn't, but it looked very expensive. They had it listed originally at $4, but again, they said all clothing was $2. So the brand is Todd Snyder. This is a size large, and after doing some research, I found out this is like a luxury men's line. I think I took a screen grab of their website. So they have stuff ranging from, I think the lower end of their retail prices were $150 and the higher end was all the way up to like $800-900. I did some research, it doesn't sell for hundreds. Maybe if you got like a coat or a sweater or something like that. This is just like a t-shirt. I think they called it the Japanese nautical, I want to say was the style name of this one. And I did find comps for this. For $2, it was great. So I paid $2 and comps looked to be anywhere from $40 to $80. So that was a great pickup. So I would definitely, that is a Bolo brand, be on the lookout for it. If you can pay, thrift store prices or less, absolutely worth it. This dang light, y'all, it's trying me. I just bought it too. Let's see if I can fix it. And we're back. So let's see, up next is a brand I don't always pick up. I will get if it's substantial, which I feel like if I had like a tagline, that would be it. Like, I don't always get this, but I will get it if it's a substantial piece. I mean, I feel like a broken record, but it is true. So this is ASOS Design. I don't pick up regular ASOS for the most part, but if it says design on it, I do. They have different levels of their brand. There's like ASOS Maternity, ASOS Formal, ASOS Design, regular ASOS, and then they sell a few other brands on their website as well that they vary in retail price. So this one is a US 6, and I don't know if it originally came with a slip or not, but it is like semi-sheer, but it's a midi dress and it's tiered and floral, and it was super cute. For $2, I couldn't say no to this. I mean, it's trendy, it's cute, it's something that somebody can wear in the fall or the spring. It appeals to like a large group of people. I paid $2 and this should get somewhere between $20 and $50. So next piece is just a mall brand, but it is so cute. I couldn't say no. This is Banana Republic, size 0. And it's a solid white, like literally everything in this like screams, don't pick it up. It's white, it's a mall brand, it's a small size, but y'all look at this. It's tiered, you can't even see it all. It keeps going. It's a midi or maxi, depending on your height. I'll put the stock photo on the screen, but it's got those little like, I wouldn't say they're eyelet, because I feel like eyelet normally has some stitching around it. Anyways, there's, the little cutouts. It's just so precious. And I just know that there's a bride out there somewhere that needs like a bridal shower dress or reception dress or something like that that would want this. So I did look up comps and it looks pretty good, actually. I paid $2 and I should get somewhere between $40 and $50 for that. So for Banana Republic, not mad about that. Okay, up next is a Target piece, but it's a collaboration with a designer. It's a Lexus for Target. Now, I would not, hear me out, I would not pay thrift store prices for this. I would not pay up for this. Just because it says Lexus on it, if you see that little Target symbol, that means it's a collaboration with Target, which is a lower in line than the designer line. There are a few, I think, out there that are bolos, like that had a very short run and that went viral, but this is not one of them. So make sure you do your research if you find a Target collaboration. I can't tell you how many of these Target collaborations I've looked up and put back because it only brings, $12 to $18 most times. but I paid $2 for this. So even if it makes $12 to $18, that's still a good return in my opinion. So this one, I paid $2 and there are a lot of comps, sold comps for anywhere from $15 to $25. I am happy with that. I would not have paid $7.99 or whatever thrift stores price dresses at these days, but I will pay $2. This is what I was talking about. This is eyelet. So it's like a cutout, but it has like stitching around the cutout. So I'm not sure if those other ones without the stitching would be considered eyelet or if it's just like a cutout, but this is eyelet. And I, for probably the first 18 months of reselling, spelled it E-Y-E-L-I-T. It is not. It is E-Y-E-L-E-T. So if you're wanting to use that as a keyword, make sure you spell it right. The more you know. All right, so this one is so cute, but it gave me the runaround when I was trying to find stock photos and comps for this. It is New Label Zara. This one is an extra small. It does have the minor flaw of the, I don't have anger issues, but I don't know, maybe I do, because this light is making me angry. Wait for it. And we're back. So the button, what do you call this? It's not hook and eye. Loop? Button loop? Whatever. The loop that goes around the button on the back of the neck is broken, but that is not a deal breaker for me. It is this really pretty, like textured, it's giving like animal print vibes, but I don't know what you would consider that. Giraffe maybe? But I tried to search giraffe and did not find this. So the one that I found, the way that they listed it was monochrome, which I think I mentioned in one of my recent hauls is like the same color on top of the same color. So like this is technically a design, but it's black on black. So that is what's considered monochrome. But this is a tiered midi dress and it's got puff sleeves. They are, I'd say like 3/4 length, maybe long if you're a petite person. But this is super cute. I've sold something similar before, I want to say for like $25 to $35. So this one was comping at $30 to $40. So that's great for a $2 cost of goods. Here I go again with another solid white piece, but $2, can't pass it up. It's too cute. The brand is Lulu's. I don't pick up mini dresses from Lulu's unless maybe they're like $2 and new with tags, but I do get the more substantial pieces. So this one was off the shoulder, solid white. So again, good for bridal, tags, tiered and midi. This girl loved her some tiered dresses. Let me tell you, I think I picked up 4 or 5 of them, but it is stunning. I did not find any flaws. I have not photographed it yet. So once I get it underneath my box lights and I, go to inspect every inch of it, I may find some spots or discoloration, but I'll still sell it. There were several that have sold in the same size, same style, same color, and they were going anywhere from $30 to $50. $2 into $30 or $50, I'm happy. And then the last 2 items from this pickup they're pants, and they're both J. Crew. So the first one is a size small, and it's a linen blend. I think it was like 55% linen with this, what is this? It's not scalloped. Is that scalloped? I don't know. But it's this like tapered leg. It's almost like a semi-sheer because it is linen, but drawstring pull-on pant. So it does have some elastic issues, but I think I can fix that. Like it's, see there where it's all twisted? Because it's a thick elastic, I should be able to finagle that to get it back to how it's supposed to be. If I can't, I'll probably donate them because I don't think comps on these were great. It looks like $15 to $30. I don't know, maybe I'll try to sell them. Y'all know if you watch my recent What Sold video, flawed items do sell. So we'll get those listed, see how they do. And then this is a fun pair. It's probably gonna take a special buyer for these because they are a little less tame, I guess would be the right word, but these are J. Crew as well. The size tag is cut out, but I compared them to those navy linen pants and they're the same size. So they're small and they are velvet leopard cheetah pants. We've got a tapered leg. They hit right around the ankle, and these are just so fun. They are pull on. They don't have like a zipper or button or anything. Elastic waistband in the back. So those are super fun. And those were comping between, they had a wide range, between $15 and $35. So that was it for stop 6. I paid a whopping $29. And how many items did I get there? So $29 for 13 items. That's pretty good. And I should be able to make somewhere between $322 and $550. If I can turn $29 into $550, I'm gonna take myself on vacation. That is great. I wish that we had more yard sales like this around our area. All right, the last yard sale that we went to, it was like right at the 3 o'clock mark when the sale was supposed to end, and we almost missed it because the mailbox had an arrow on it, but it had like really little writing, and we didn't see anybody outside, and I was like, they wouldn't have an arrow if they weren't having a sale. So we parked and walked up to the sign, and on the sign in like small writing it said, walk around the house, there's 3 families having a sale in the backyard. So we walked around, and they had, the entire garage was full of clothing. So we walked around the corner, and I looked at my husband and I said, look at all the clothes. And he goes, damn. I think he was like ready to go, but it ended up working out. He found a Wii U for himself and a bunch of games and all that kind of stuff. So that kept him busy while I was looking at clothing. So I did end up picking up probably around 10 or so items from this one. I did get a few kids pieces, which I think I said like 5 minutes ago. I don't look for kids, but at a yard sale, it was like right next to the adults. I didn't look through the clothing, but the shoes were all set out and they were priced pretty good. So because it was at the end of the sale, they were really flexible on pricing. If I had hit this sale earlier in the day, I probably wouldn't have bought much because everything was priced like $10 to $25. And I overheard when I got there, I overheard the girls running the sale talking to each other about a girl that lowballed them and how awful it was, and they would never sell their stuff for that low. So I was like, oh, great. I'm not going to be able to afford anything here. But I didn't lowball. I didn't offer anything after hearing that. I'm glad I heard that first. So I let them tell me what they wanted for it. And there were a few items that they gave me a price, and I said, it's a great price, just not for me. I'll pass. Like a new with tags Bowden swimsuit. They wanted like $30 for it. And I probably could have still flipped it and doubled my money, but I had already spent so much like throughout the day, and I honestly don't even need inventory, that I was like, I'm going to pass on that. But I did get a few things. So first thing is this pair of Boggs kids rain boots, and these are just like muck boots, so they can wear them out in the rain, in the mud. They pull on, they have these little openings where you can pull them on easily, and these are a youth size 2. They were in great condition. I paid $4 for these. They originally had them listed at $6, but they marked them down to $4, and I should be able to get $20 to $35 for these. Great condition. Something to be on the lookout for with these though is cracking on the toes. I sold a pair of adults Boggs, and they ended up they opened a case, and I hadn't noticed. I didn't know to look for that, and there was cracking on the toes. Like if you pushed down, you could see it. So make sure that if you find Boggs, you push down and make sure that there's no cracking in the toes, because that you can't really fix that, or if you can, and I don't know, comment below, but I've heard that you can't fix that, and they're kind of done at that point. So yeah, make sure that you look for that. Next pair of shoes is just a like solid bread and butter sale for me. Kids Keens. These are waterproof. They're hiking. They can I'm pretty sure that these lights were referred to me by another reseller. I got a bone to pick with them. These are solid bread and butter for me. These were in excellent condition, and they marked these down to $4 as well. So I didn't see any damage. Something to look out for though is the size tag on the interior can wear out really easily, and it's really hard to figure out the size unless you have kids that you can try them on. But before you purchase them, always look on the inside for the size tag and make sure that that's still there and legible. So these are a kids US 13. I should be able to get somewhere between $20 and $30 for these, which for kids shoes, I'll take it. And the last pair of shoes that I picked up from the sale was a pair of new with tags Native. And if you saw in one of my first thrift hauls, I got a pair of adults natives, and those were a terrible buy. I think they were gonna sell for like $10. These, on the other hand, for kids, especially being new with tags, the comps looked great. So it looks like I paid $5 for them, and it looks like I should be able to get anywhere from 25 to 35 for these because they're new. So they are the Jefferson Bloom, and they are a kid size J1. I have no idea what that means. And they're in the color Onyx. What the heck is a J1? Does anybody know? I have no idea. I guess that's like a special to native size. We'll see. We'll find out. All right, up next is an Anthropologie brand that I already showed you guys. I got a couple sweaters from it. This is a Meadow Rue midi dress. I got a lot of midi dresses today. It comes with the original slip, which is always a bonus. And it's really long. It is missing its tie, but I figured I'll probably just snip those off and mention it in the listing that it's missing. But this was comping pretty well. It looked like I paid $5 for that, and I should be able to make anywhere from 20 to 40 for it. These damn allergies, y'all. All right, so the next thing I found there is a Daydreamer sweatshirt. It's just a pullover, no hood or anything. It's tie-dye, long sleeve, and I think this was a size small. Yes, size small. Paid $5 for this one as well, and I should be able to make somewhere between $20 and $35 on it. For this sale, they had a $1 rack, and I'm never super optimistic when I see that, but I looked through it anyways, and found this Lululemon sleeveless tank top. Got the monochrome logo down there. It was only $1, so for $1, I'll take it. Comps are showing. I haven't found the exact style for this one yet or the size. It's going to be one that I'll have to measure and compare to their size chart, but should get somewhere between like $18 and $25 for it. So for $1, that's pretty good if you ask me. So even though I turned them down on the new with tags Bowden swimsuit, they did have a pre-owned one, and they were asking $10 for this. So I thought that was worth it. I did inspect it to make sure all areas were nice and clean, and I knew that I'd be able to flip this for a profit. She maybe wore it once. There's no prickling down on the butt. You know, sometimes if you sit on the side of the pool, it can make it prickly. I did look up the style for this one, and I'll put it on the screen. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but this is a size 32 double D, and I should get somewhere between $35 and $50 for it. And I will use tags like color block, multicolor, neon, that kind of thing. This is probably the one item I regret, and I regret it because I think I grabbed the wrong piece. There was a little stack of Lululemon leggings, and they didn't have prices, so I passed and kept going, and then I found a bin of Lululemon leggings that were marked at $6. And I looked at them all. They were all like cropped or low rise, or the circle dot didn't have any numbers or letters around it, which tells me it's an older piece. So I passed on those, and I asked them, I said, what about the Lululemon leggings over there? Are those $6 as well? And it was one of the other girls' leggings. And she said, well, I'll take 8. And I was like, okay, I can do that. I'm thinking like it's thrift store prices, like a little bit more than thrift store prices, but I was like, I can pay 8 and flip it into 40 or 50. So I went back over to grab the full length pair and accidentally grabbed the cropped low rise pair. So these were not great. I don't think I'll make much on these. It is, you know, the logo's there. They're a size 4. It's an older pair. It doesn't have the info around it. They're low rise and they're cropped. So not super optimistic about these. I might just try to sell these locally to try to get, you know, as much money out of them as I can, so I don't have to pay that Poshmark 20% fee. But yeah, I have them now, so I'll list them somewhere and hopefully I'll make a couple bucks on them. All right, and just to end it off with a bang, we've got this Cezanne piece for $36. No, I just lied. Size 36. I paid $10. And it is just this cream color. It's lace. Really, really pretty. It's got these like really detailed, they're not buttoned right now, but it's got this like dainty, like cottagecore-esque, almost like a Victorian vibe to it. And it's got some buttons on the sleeves. Nope, the shoulders, I must be getting tired. I can't get my words straight. I don't know if it came with a liner originally, but it does not have one. So I'll have to do some research to see. This one I paid $10 for, and I should get somewhere between $50 and $80 for it. So I was not expecting to see that brand at a yard sale. So I'll take it. And the fact that they had their Free People marked more expensive than the Cezanne. So clearly they're not resellers. Although the girl that was selling me the Lululemon leggings, she was like, yeah, I'll give them to you for $8. I mean, I have them listed on my Poshmark for $40. I guess I'll take them off there and just sell them to you for $8. Son of a gun. It's going to take me a whole day to film this video if this light keeps going out. Okay. So that was it for the last stop. I paid a total of $52, and I think I should be able to make lower end $250, higher end $400. So it's pretty good. But my total numbers for the day, like I told you guys in the beginning, I paid $196 all day for everything that I showed you guys today. And if I make the lower end of comps for all of these items, I should be able to turn that into around $1,150. And if I sell them all for full price on the higher end of the comp spectrum, I should be able to make around $2,000. So turn in $200 into $2,000. That's why I do this. Even if I turn it into, $1,150, that is great. I'm just a part-time reseller. I don't rely on this for a full-time income, which gives me a lot of flexibility, which is why I can accept sometimes lower offers than some other people, and why I don't necessarily hold out for like the highest dollar, because I'm not relying on this to pay my bills. If you're a full-time reseller or you're planning on being a full-time reseller, keep that in mind. Like I have very different circumstances than you do. So when I'm telling you, what I'm paying for things and what I'm selling them for and things like that, like you've got to take it with a grain of salt, because everybody's situation is different. We all have different bills. We all have, we live in different areas with different cost of living, and there's just a lot of factors that play into it. So I would say that was worth 8+ hours of yard sailing. It was a long day. I came home and I was basically a vegetable on the couch for 2 or 3 hours because I was so tired. We were in the sun all day and running around town. I think I spent like a third of a tank of gas because we went opposite directions for the 2 sales. But track your mileage. I have Mile IQ, I think is the app. I'll put the picture of the app here, and it automatically it even tracks me when I'm going to the grocery store, when I'm going to work. But the way that it works is it'll like track your trips, and you go through and you review them, and you swipe one way if it's personal and one way if it's business. And then it sends you a monthly report that you can include with your taxes. And that's a deduction for your taxes. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't do yard sales often, but after this trip, I'm more optimistic. So I'm gonna keep an eye out for more sales. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do have a consignment haul coming your way as well. It's a new consignment store that I've never been to that I heard about from a coworker, and I went and checked them out. If you're interested in seeing that, make sure that you subscribe. And if you liked this video and want to see more yard sale hauls, if you'll give it a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and I hope you have a great day.